Chapter 48, Geto on the Run. After a few minutes, Geto broke away from Gojo's embrace and started rummaging through his side of the closet. "What are you doing?" Gojo asked, curious. "I want to run," Geto said. "What?" Gojo asked, concerned. "Run!" Geto held up a pair of shoes. "Oh, right. Gojo was relieved. Then he remembered that Geto hated running. He only ran by choice when something was eating away at him. He wondered what it was. "What did you think I meant? Run away?" Geto was looking for a pair of shorts and a tank top. "No, of course not." Gojo changed into his running clothes, too. Their jog started at the top of the hill right outside the campus gates. Gojo matched Geto's slower pace, knowing it had been a long time since he'd gone on a run. Their footfalls sounded unusually loud under the veil. After a few kilometers, Geto's pace started to slow, and his breathing was labored. He started walking, and Gojo slowed down with him, hardly having broken into a sweat. Geto stopped, out of breath. He put his hands on his hips and tipped his chin to the sky. "I can't even run 5 kilometers now." "Who said you had to?" Gojo asked. Geto looked at him again. "Seeing Yaga again made me feel like, I don't know, like I'm not doing enough." "Suguru, nobody's making you train right now. You just came back from hell. Recovery comes first." Geto gave him a sad look. "When I started to go on missions on my own, do you know how many times they sent me right back out, even if I was hurt and didn't get a chance to get healed by Shoko? I'll never get over the time I had a fever and was pressured to go on another assignment. I should have refused, but felt it was my duty to go. I almost passed out by the time I found the curse that needed to be purged. I had to keep pushing myself, no matter what. So, the concept of recovery is something I can't wrap my head around. Suguru, if you don't let yourself heal now, it's just gonna make you easier to break later on." "I'm already broken," Geto reminded him. "Okay then, I'm here to help you put the pieces back together," Gojo assured him. Geto nodded and used the hem of his tank top to wipe the sweat off his face. Gojo pointed to the convenience store across the road. "Come on, let me buy you a drink." Later that night, when Gojo finished brushing his teeth and headed for bed, he noticed that Geto was in his own bed across the room. Gojo placed his glasses on his desk and turned off the lights. He lay in bed looking at Geto's still form under his blankets. He wanted him to come to his bed, but Geto must have needed his space. Gojo closed his eyes, waiting for sleep to come. He heard Geto moan, and he opened his eyes again. Geto was sitting up, and he sounded in pain. "Are you okay?" Gojo asked. "My legs are cramping," Geto said through gritted teeth. Gojo went to him. "Let me help." Geto turned over onto his stomach and let Gojo run his hands over the balled muscles of his calves until the knots loosened. The motion of rubbing his palms across Geto's soft skin got the best of Gojo, and he found his hands wandering higher up underneath the pajama pants. "Satoru." Geto was face down on the mattress and his voice was muffled. "Sorry." Gojo pulled his hands away and covered Geto back up with a blanket. He was about to go back to his own bed. "No, stay." Geto turned over and held up the covers for him. Gojo smiled and joined him. "All better?" Gojo asked, kissing Geto. "Mostly," Geto said quietly. "What's wrong? What can I do?" Concern filled his eyes. Geto was looking at him, but he stayed silent. "Suguru?" "You know what I want, but I don't know if you're ready to give it to me," Geto finally answered. Gojo kissed Geto long and hard as confirmation that he wanted to make love to him again. They stripped their clothes off in between kisses. Geto turned onto his stomach again. Gojo found the bottle of lube hiding behind the lamp on Geto's desk and grabbed it, rubbing some between Geto's cheeks. Gojo entered him from behind and lost himself in the ecstasy of being enveloped in Geto's body. Geto once again felt pain when Gojo put himself in, but the pain was fleeting, and he enjoyed the feeling of having Gojo move deep inside him. Gojo wasn't holding back like he did the first time. "Oh God," Gojo murmured. Oh God, Suguru. He released himself inside Geto and his body shuddered. Gojo remained crouched over Geto's body until the pleasure subsided, then pulled himself out gently. Geto turned over and waited for Gojo to lay back down with him. Under the covers, Gojo placed a hand on Geto's crotch and found that he had already come. "What are you doing, pervert?" Geto teased. "I'm your pervert," Gojo chuckled. He kissed Geto and let him nestle into his body. It didn't take Gojo long to drift off. It took Geto a little while to fall asleep. He had felt a pang of sadness when Gojo pulled out of him earlier. What would Gojo think if he knew Geto never felt more complete than when they fucked?